In township-generated studies, we are being proactive and not reactive to a problem or need, and not operating at rapid pace against a development clock. Generally, these have been fairly effective studies and resulted in positive traffic changes. The EDC and staff are currently incorporating township-generated traffic studies near the Noble train station area and the Fairway in a project we are now calling the Noble Todd, or Transit-Oriented Development Study. What are some of the issues being looked at in this study? I know Steve is going to be doing a bit more with the traffic issue in the future, and most of the study is not yet complete, so I'll just mention a few items at this time. When you turn onto the Fairway off of the Old York Road corridor, one of the most confusing points that hit you immediately is the four-way parking lot approach right at the intersection of the Barnes & Noble exit, the Curzon Way exit, and the Nobletown Plaza on the north side of the street. If you've ever traveled there, you know how confusing that can be and how accident-prone that may be as well. We're looking at that in the Noble study, and we've come up with this idea of reconfiguring the four ingress and egress points down to two. And the way we do that is by realigning the intersections and also cutting through on the sloped area behind Barnes & Noble and providing their access instead of directly from the Fairway off what would become more of a side street leading into that business area. Another issue we're looking at on the Fairway study is the tendency of two vehicles to form two lanes on the Fairway. Although that sign in the picture there is a do not pass sign, we know that that tendency occurs and this picture shows how two vehicles are rather out of alignment given the width available there. As you look down the Fairway, you realize that for one direction of travel, it's pretty wide, and actually it's 22 feet across in the one direction. So we think that there are solutions to that and the speeding issue associated with such a wide cartway. And one of the things that we're looking at is to extend the curbs out on both the north side of the Fairway, thereby decreasing the lane width down from its 22 feet wide width to 11 foot, with possibly a bike lane on both sides occupying about 5 feet. The other thought is to create more of a promenade with some parking capability right on the Fairway. But again, neither of these situations has been decided. They're simply being looked at for evaluation. Now, these are just a few of the issues we're looking at, but I do want to impress upon you that the business of traffic study is much more complex than just visualizing and planning.